Okay, so I need to review just a little bit for the geometry. For the geometry parts, you're gonna need to study the terminology and the notations. That's not something I can help a lot. You need to spend some time, maybe review them every day before the exam. Otherwise, you may not do well on that part. Use a ruler and a protractor to measure. Anybody still have question how to measure using a protractor or ruler? Some of the things you're going to need to know is how to write the correct notations for line segments, and rate, and need to know how to measure angle and the length of a line segment, and figure out some of the angles that we have talked about. Okay, so if I just give you a random graph like this. So one of the things you have to be careful is they will use the lowercase letter and uppercase letter. So don't mix the two together. The lowercase letter represent the whole line like X and Y like that. And you can call this maybe P or something in lowercase. And then when they talk about other things, they may use like letter A, B, C, D, E, F. So the uppercase, you will have to incorporate two of them together, but if you just want to name a line, you can use those lowercase letters. So don't mix them together. So I can say a line, we can say X, Y, and P. But if you want to spell it out with the notation, it would have that double-sided arrow, meaning it go forever both sides for AB, or we can say EF, or something like that. So both of them would be considered correct for a line. Okay, are we okay? So don't mix the uppercase and lowercase letters. So you guys did that on the homework. For the line segments, meaning what? Line segment has to have, you need both sides with the endpoint. So I don't really quite have a line segment at this moment. So I'm going to add one more here. Say G. Oh, sorry, G and L. So a line segment is going to have two endpoints. So can you pick one for me? G and B have an endpoint here and an endpoint here, right? So G and B could work. And what is the notation for line segment? I need a line on top. Okay, a line means both arrow. Okay, meaning what? Do we have any arrow? No, not for line segment, right? Which one have an arrow? Line have double arrow, and which one have one arrow? The ray have one arrow. Can you give me a ray? G and what? G and L would be fine. We have one arrow pointing to L, but not the other way around, okay? And I could do like BC here. It's okay. Or I can do like AC here would be considered okay. As long as, no, sorry, A is not okay. B is okay. G and C would be okay. Like that. So I need an endpoint and an arrow on the other side. And same with the notation for ray. Ray have one side extended forever. Are we okay with ray, line segment, and line? Okay, how do you measure a length? So I know you just draw it on your own, so it's not going to be the same as mine. But when you measure it between two endpoints, make sure you start from what? From zero to what, at one endpoint to and then to another endpoint, okay? So don't start from the edge and try to be as accurate as possible. So if you measure the length, make sure you start from one endpoint to another endpoint. And start as 0 for your ruler. Okay, and if we are doing an angle and we try to measure it when we use the protractor, so say I'm going to measure angles LBC, that means like LGB. So L is here, G is here, B is here, meaning here, right? So what do I do with my protractor? Line the bottom line with that, and then what? Like here? No, I need to move where? The circle need to go to the vertex of the angle. That's the proper terminology. And the bottom part should line up with the bottom line here, and then what? So this is here. Make sure you start from 0, go all the way. You can use the ruler to extend. So for mine, it's about 110, not 70. Why do I know this is 110 and not 70? It's an obtuse angle. So after you measure it, you can think about it. Is it in a Q1? Is it less than 90? So some of your homework is like way off. So you should eyeball it, make sure it's correct. So that's how you measure an angle. So let's talk about different angles. So if you have a triangle, the inside angle should add up to what? (180). And we have a few different angles. So if it's less than 90 degree angle, and between greater than 90 and less than 180 degree angle. What else? 180 angles and bigger than 180 and less than 360 degree angles. So this mean angle, I'm just lazy. And we spend a lot more time than I expected for the other handles. Less than 90 degree, what kind of angle is that? A cube angle is very cute, right? A cube angle. 90 degree is a right angle between bigger than 90 but less than 180. Obtuse angle. A 180 degree angle is a what? No. A straight angle. It looks like a straight line, right? So you're talking about supplementary is related to 180 degree. What is a supplementary angle? When you have two angles that add up to 180. But if you just one angle, that would be a straight angle because it's a straight line. Okay, greater than 180 but less than 360. Huh? Reflex. Because if you have an angle, it's going to be the outside part, right? Because it's bigger than 180 but less than 360. Are we okay with those? Okay, now. Some of the angle equal to each other, including corresponding angle, and what else? Say it again. The angle equal to each other, we have the corresponding angle. What else? The vertical angle, okay? What else? That's all? Does angle 1 equal to what? Angle 7, why? Which one? So she say 1 and 7. She said two things. Which one did you agree? They are the same because they are vertical angle. They're on top of each other, right? Did you guys study? I'm kind of nervous. All right. Can you give me another set of vertical angles? 2 and 8, 3 and 4. One more set. 5 and 6. So as long as they are on top of each other, share the two lines, they are vertical angles. So 1, 7, and then also 5 and 6, and also 3 and 4, and also 2 and 8. Are we okay? All right. How about corresponding angle? Give me some. Maybe 3 sets. Angle 1 with angle 2 is corresponding, okay? Angle 5. Angle 5 with what? Angle 3. So the way we see it is like this is on top of the parallel line, on top of the parallel line, they're on the same side, okay? And anything else? How about 7? 7 is correspond with 8. Both of them are below the parallel line. How about 6? 6 and 4. Can we kind of see that? All right, so what else did we have? How about alternate interior angles? So alternate means two different sides, right? Interior means inside of the parallel line. If we have 6, the other one would be 3. If we have 7, alternate but interior, inside of the parallel line. 7 and 2. Okay. Alternate exterior. So it's again using the parallel line, right? Alternate means both two different sides, but this time it's outside exterior. So if it's like 5 with alternate but exterior. 5 and 4, 1 and 8. Okay, look through this first. See if you have questions. We have about 4 or 5 minutes. How about angle 1 and angle 5? They are not the same, but they are what? Supplementary, because they add up to 180. So as long as two angles side by side, they form a straight line, they are supplementary, okay? If you know one of them, you can use 180 to subtract to get the other one, right? How about if you have either equilateral triangle or isosceles triangle, anything you know about those? If it's 3 sides the same, they are equilateral triangle, then what happened to their angles? They are all same. Angle 1 equal to angle 2 equal to angle 3. If it's an equilateral triangle, then all the angle inside should be the same. If they add up to 180, mean each one equal to 60. Thank you. All right. If it's isosceles, only 2 of the length is the same, right? 2 of the side is the same. So it means what? If you have angle 1 here, angle 2 here, angle 3 here, it means what? This line, the same with this line. The base angle, which is angle 1 and 2. So it depends on what the last angle is. So say if this angle is 50 degree, then the other two would be what? No, let's not do 50, sorry. On the quiz. Okay, let's do 30 degree. I know that doesn't look like 30, but I have to go with that. So if this is 30, then the other two is 180 degrees, subtract the 30 degree, which is Oh, you already found it. 150, and then because it belongs to two of them, right? So we divide by 2, and that will give me 75 degrees for each one of them, okay? Something like that. So if you found 1, use 180 to subtract, divide by 2 because they are the same, right? How do you do complementary or supplementary angle? So if I want you to draw one angle, it's complementary to 20 degree and supplementary to 30 degree. So what does the complementary means? The two angle will add up to 90 degree because look like a corner, right? Supplementary is a corner, so I would probably start with like a 90 degree first. And then what? I need a complementary. 90 degree and what do I draw here? Yeah, I already have it. And then what do I put in here? 20 degrees. So go ahead and measure a 20 degree angle. So 20 degree angle should be pretty small. You should label that this is my 20 degree angle. So the other one would be what? Your answer, which is 60. Is it? Okay, because we're going to use 90 degrees subtract 20 degree, right? So we're going to get 70 degree. What's happening with you guys? Okay, so this is 70 degree and this is the answer part. So that's how you will draw it. Is it okay? For the complementary to 20? Okay, supplementary to 30. So supplementary means it's going to form a straight line, S with S, straight line. So the straight line is 180 degree, right? And then I need a supplementary to 30. So I'm going to put a point here and do what? Draw a 30 degree. So you need to find yourself a point. Get your 30 degree. 30 degrees should be at an acute angle. So try to measure that. This is your 30 degree angle. So the other side is going to be what? Your answer is 150 because you're using 180 degrees subtract 30 degrees equal to 150 degrees. So you're going to draw your answer like that. Are we okay? And those are the steps I'm looking for. So once you're ready, put your step away. Okay, don't forget, I need your homework either today or tomorrow. If I don't have it by Monday, it's going to be a 0. I cannot wait any longer than that. And you're supposed to do your in-class practice at home over the weekend, but I want you to practice teaching. So you need to make eye contact with your audience, show the step clearly. I don't have it. Make sure you have ruler and protractor. You're going to need it for the quiz. Put all your stuff away. Make sure you show the steps. Do the best you can. If you're not very good at it now, try to get better this weekend.